Hello, fellow entropy rejector. Boolation Nation, it's a celebration. This one goes out to our intuition, right? Good old swaggy for the heart. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm gonna open up. Damn, dude, I gotta get new mason jars. That shit's dripping all over me and everywhere else. Golly. But, what I mean by that is, I'm gonna start from my ninja way. One thing that I think you have to do is you have to polish your mind. Ensure that the upkeep on your perspective is where you left it and life didn't grab it and make you settle for less, because life has a tendency to make you settle for less. It'll convince you that normal and success looks different for everyone. But from my perspective, I find that that's bullshit. Sky's the limit. We should achieve what we set our sights on, so everything should be the bare minimum. Literally everything around you that you've ever seen or experienced, you should want. And that's why I say everything is the minimum. For what you should want in your life, you should want everything, and that should be the minimum. Because like they said in the Marine Corps, which is one of my favorite sayings, is you aim small, you miss small. So if I want to shoot my target specifically in like the neck or in the head because I got a bunch of armor and they're protected everywhere else, instead of me aiming for their neck, maybe they're wearing like a necklace or the dude has a neck tat or something, I'm going to aim for that, right? Like let's say he's got like a little star right here because he gives galactic head. I'm going to aim for the star, and if I miss, I'll hit him here. Or if I miss, I'll hit him through wherever, right? But because I'm aiming at a specific point, I'm not aiming for an area. If I miss, I still hit what I want. So if you're aiming to have everything and you miss, you're going to end up having something. So the idea of using your gut and intuition to aim at stuff is heavily important, because your mind and your soul and your emotions, everything about you knows how to get to where you want to be, and you can feel how to get there, right? I think one of the funny analogies is like the blind actually see the world the best because they have to rely on what they feel around them to get to where they're going. And the cool thing about our souls and our intuition is it does the exact same thing. We may not know where to go because we can't see it, but we know how to get there because we can feel it, right? When a blind person's going through a house with like furniture, or even without furniture, actually I would say without furniture is better, because then, hello Mr. Wasp, there's more sound bouncing up, like the acoustics are better, like nothing's dampening the sound. They can tell you the exact layout of the place, right? Especially if there was somebody who had vision before and lost it, and they can give you good measurements. Dude, they can probably tell you the exact distance of a wall from them to like a painting, or they can tell there's a painting on the wall, something like that, right? Because the sound traveling throughout the environment and bouncing back to them, the feedback of them putting themselves out there, literally with their voice, and then getting feedback from the rest of the world, taught them exactly where, teaches them, tells them exactly where they're located in their current environment. So when you're not using your aim, your intuition, and you're being authentic to yourself, and you're not using that as a driving force through your life, you're never going to get any reception from the world that's honest on where you should be with how you are. Now, like time is weird, right? Because Oprah Winfrey didn't become Oprah Winfrey until she was like 40 something, I think. And then Morgan Freeman didn't become Morgan Freeman until he was like 60 something or whatever. So success hits us at different times, but I want to say the reason success hit those two individual people at what we would consider late for them is because that's when they finally said, fuck this, I'm going all in on X thing. And that's why they got to where they are then, because that was the real moment. They're like, I'm going to pursue this 120% authentically, and whatever feedback I get from life, from what I'm actually generally trying to pursue, is going to help me get to where I want to go. And I can feel it. I can feel how to get there, right? But when you're using a personality that's not yours, or you're acting the way you think you should be acting, all of the feedback you're going to get is going to sound irritating, it's going to throw you off, you're going to dislike it, and you're going to hate whoever's giving you the feedback, because they're not actually talking to you. They're talking to a projection of you, which you're not actually using to live your life. You're using it to protect yourself because you're insecure about actually betting on yourself and putting yourself forward and wearing your heart on your sleeves and actually getting somewhere in life. But if you trust your intuition and you understand that nobody's talking to that because that's your soul and only you can talk to that, but all the things that they're filtering through you for comments is helping you tune it. Your soul and your intuition are an instrument, and you constantly need to tune it. And that's why I said you need to polish your mind and your perspective very often. Because what will happen is you'll see things on the news, the new trendy music, new trends that are happening. Those are all things that are going to try to seep into your perspective and dull you down to make you feel like, I'm okay with this. It's to force gratitude over your lens of wanting and then become complacent. Should you have gratitude in your life? Yes, gratitude is very energizing. You get to be grateful to your own effort, to people around you who have supported you succeed in the past, and that good energy helps propel you to where you want to go, for sure. But you can't force it like a hood over your head to keep you blind from everything else around you. Because you're not just blinding yourself, you're also stuffing it into your ears, and you're losing your hands at the same time. It's all gone. No. We can't have that. We need to trust our gut, trust our intuition, like that blind man in a room, know that we can locate what we're looking for as long as we're using the proper sound, right? Like a blind guy isn't just going to walk into a room and go, ah, like that's probably not going to give him the best results. All the volume is coming out like a cone, and it's bouncing off of a bunch of different things at the same time and coming back. That's really like they click. It kind of, there's a specific way that the sound travels and comes back that they can hear. If you've ever been in a place with like a really good echo, you know that certain sounds that you make, or even if you sing different notes in that place, you get a different feedback, or you hear like reverb and stuff, and you can tell like, okay, that thing if for some reason you know that it feels this far away. Your soul does the same thing. Whenever you authentically put out information with your personality, acting a certain way, stating your, living by your morals and your ethos, and all the feedback you get from other people, you're going to be like, okay, you know what? I have learned to filter these people out, because when I stand by my morals and I have boundaries, they start acting crazy. So they have taught me to stay away from them. And then you can steer away from that spiky wall, blind man in the room, and you can go to where you're supposed to go to get food or water or just be safe, period, or prosper, right? And the whole idea with aiming small, you miss small. And why I said you should aim for everything is because, like I said, if you aim for everything and you miss, you get something. And then with that something, you stabilize your shooting position. You get more resources. Maybe you get better ammo, which is like a new car or a better living situation. Or maybe whatever you did, like putting an effort in, like a promotion at your job or something else, it has given you time. So the better ammo is to use that time for recovery, for journaling, going to the gym, going on a run. You start to build these interpersonal skills through pouring into yourself that help you take a better shot next time at what you're going after, right? So if a good example is if someone wants to be the most popular person in their school, that's not a bad goal to have. I think that there's a lot of really good learning you can do when you're in front of a lot of different personalities. You do develop a lot of really cool skills and meet a lot of different kinds of people that teach you how to interact with more people in the future. So let's say you're trying to be that really popular person. You should aim for something that gets a lot of attention. So instead of just having this general idea like, I'm going to be the most popular person in school, you can go, I want to be really popular. What's going to couple that? For me, what ended up happening was I wanted to just join the cheer team. And that kind of happened for me, right? And then I just poured myself into the cheer team and was a better cheerleader, and that had its benefits. But for you, it's like, I want to be the best chess player at my high school. And to me, that's going to make me popular. Guess what it is? Some people say it wouldn't, but it is. You want to know why it is? Because it's true to you. And if it's true to you and it resonates with you, when you start exercising your life through that and accomplishing that goal, people are going to see like, man, that guy fucks. That when that guy does what he does, he fucks. You can't stop him, okay? Maybe he's not a 16-year-old who does a sub 4.5 minute mile or is repping out 285 for 4 sets of 12. But when he fucking plays chess, dude, that person, I didn't even recognize him. And I share advanced history with him. I have no idea who that fucking person is when I sit across from him and play chess. And because I got to see that authentic part of him, even though I'm a jock and I'm not really into anime, but I saw that attitude that that he deploys while playing chess, and I feel the same way when I play football or when I'm at a really intense track meet. I feel the same way, and because I can see that in him, and I know it in myself, I want to be friends with him. And now, you wanting to be the best chess player at your school is aligning with being one of the most popular people, because now this football captain sees that there's something relatable to you for him that has nothing to do with your electives, with your classes, your social dynamics. He just said, yo, that part of you, I got that. And I want to learn from you. Because if anything, I felt really far away from you because you're a brainiac. But now that I see we have a similar attitude when we're engaged in flow state for the things that we love doing, I know we can be friends. And now one of your closest friends is the record breaker quarterback for the high school. Boom, there you go. And you did that because you pursued authenticity. I want to be popular. My goal is to be the best chess player on the team in school because I love chess. And in pursuing that love, people got to see who you really were, and then it just amalgamates around you. It's like Alan Watts said, don't worry about like being popular and resonating with a bunch of people, because by being who you are, you're like that blind guy putting noise out in that room. By putting yourself out there authentically, your feelers are going to go far enough because they're energized, and you're putting yourself out there that you're just going to make a gravity well. You're going to pull the things that are needed for your life and for you to succeed in your authenticity to you. It just comes, right? It just pulls up on you. And you're not even thinking about it because all you're doing is developing your intuition, chasing what it tells you to chase, because you're really going after the things you love and only the things you love, and life takes care of the rest. Now, you should be plugged into the frequencies of like, well, I want to get better physically. I want to be healthier in the long run. I want to be the grandpa that can go to like an American Ninja Warrior gym with his grandson and still hit the warped wall. You should still have some of those things, and then when you can plug into them authentically, they show up in your life, right? So a good one is like, I want to take my health seriously. Okay, that's not just weightlifting. Like I just formally said, you can go to like a ninja gym. That's a great way to go after your health and also maintain longevity, because you're doing some crazy movements that are all about how mobile and flexible and how good your tendons and ligaments are and conditioning them to maintain that. Or maybe it's rock climbing for you, right? But if you don't tune into something that you want and let your mind mull over how to get you there and just say to yourself, well, I don't have the genetics for that. Bro, that's not intuitive. That's not following your intuition. Your intuition just made you one of the most popular people in high school by being the best chess player, because people related to you when you're sitting down to play chess. They saw someone they didn't recognize, which then excited them because they wanted to know who that person was that sat down at the table. Right? And you wouldn't have done that if you didn't follow your intuition. You wouldn't be that guy unless you followed your intuition. You wouldn't be that guy unless you aimed big and you aimed specific. Because aiming big, which is like wanting everything, is I want to be popular. That's pretty wide. You're aiming for a person right now. Like you're aiming for a target. But then when you go, I want to be the best chess player, now you're aiming for one of the hairs on their eyebrow. So if you miss, you still get the headshot. Because now you're aiming at something very specific, right? And it's specifically for you to get popular. So the big takeaway from this is want everything, and then within everything, find that specific thing you want. Because then if you miss, you still hit something, right? Now let's say you didn't win your tournament or have that moment in front of everybody where you got to show off your chess skills. Or you end up playing against someone that's like, there is a gap between y'all's skill, but he doesn't smoke you. He doesn't smoke your pack and you're dead. No. You put up a good fight, right? You put up some good moves. You made him think. There was almost like a battle for mental energy attrition, and you almost won, and he recognizes that. Then when you get recognized by somebody above you, everyone around you, above and below you, are going to measure themselves like, okay, Johnny just lost. How embarrassing. Yet this game took a really long time, and to me, chess has never taken that long. So now there's something I don't understand. And then when someone doesn't understand something, they're going to want to investigate to understand, because people don't like feeling stupid. So now let's go back to the jock, right? The jock's like, man, this game took longer than I thought. I've never seen a chess game take this long before. I either see people getting smoked in like the first 5 turns, or, going to like 15 or 20, but nothing more than like 10 minutes. This is insane. So then he asks a question, do you guys know who Johnny just played against, yeah, dude, he's like the best person in the state. And you're like, damn, okay, I can't even say that I'm the best high school quarterback in the state. So from my comparison to him, that guy is galactic. But if this kid Johnny, who I share a class with, if he was able to make this guy work, dude, that's like me pushing the pressure on like an NFL player. And then they make that comparison, and then now that guy's still your friend. And this all happened through pursuing authenticity. I know I went on like a really specific, intricate kind of example of like how people can look at you and think, and how you can kind of use that to your advantage, but by simply just pursuing yourself. Because, you know, I kind of learned to think like that because of Batman. Batman always said, unexpect the unexpected. And the unexpected thing that will happen in your life is usually the most creative. Often life is a wackier or darker truth than any lie, funny enough. It's like on both ends of that spectrum. But that's just me of an example of like, it wasn't a fully planets aligned moment where I'm going to be the most popular, I'm going to be the best chess player, and you go play chess and you just smoke everybody. Everybody's like, dude, this guy's sick, he's a monster chess player, I want to be friends with him and get to know him. But in this moment, it's like, holy cow, this guy studied up to be a really good chess player. He went up against someone that I could not imagine what kind of prowess they have, and I want to be friends with him because that guy knows how to not give up. All because you just pursued what you wanted. Follow your intuition. Do not let the snickering of the cheerleaders make you feel bad. Don't let all the drivel around you that says, oh, well, you should be grateful. You know, you're like, if you keep working the way you do, you'll set yourself up to get a full ride to the local college. You're like, fuck getting into the local college for free. I want to be such a disgusting chess player. I don't know if this is true, but Harvard wants me. Or Yale, right? Like, you should dream like that. Because if, which you may not, if for whatever reason you missed, you got really close to exactly what you were looking for, and then you can reposition yourself to take another shot and hit it this time. Because if you didn't hit it the first time, there's probably something you weren't factoring in that life wanted to teach you or level you up for when you actually get there. So just listen to that, maintain yourself, and push forward. Don't, like I said, don't let the snickering of the world tune you down, bro. It doesn't know where you're going or where you want to go. But all you can do is compel the world around you to listen and feel your presence and give you feedback on how you're doing. You learn from that feedback, sharpen your aim, and take your shots. And I promise you, with the kind of urgency and want you have in your heart, you're only going to need one. And if nobody believes that you can take the life out or step into life you want in one shot, I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in yourself, which for whatever fucking reason, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I do. Okay? And I promise I'm more jacked than you, so don't even try to be like, oh, well, this guy doesn't know me. I know you, motherfucker. I was you X amount of years ago. You might have been the me from high school, which we talk about a lot, or the me from, like, post-military. Don't matter. We all do this thing together. We all learn together, and we all persevere into living the exact life that we want. But you got to aim specific. You got to aim big, and you got to aim specific. You want to shoot that moon-sized monster in the face? Okay, aim for like that pimple that you can see in its unibrow. You're gonna hit it. Doesn't matter if you're 3 planets away. You're equipped with the thing to hit the shot. Believe it. All right? You were meant to go far, and you know that, and that's why you hate the life you have right now. Plain and simple. Because you stopped aiming the way you used to aim as a kid. Shit, or even in middle school or high school, or shit, maybe even after you graduated when the rose lenses came off and then you had gold ones, right? Why'd you stop aiming like that, man? You got to bring that motherfucker back. But you got to bring him back better so you can get to where you want to go. Because that guy got you here. But that guy now needs the help of you right now, the internal guy that graduated high school, that got the great position he's in now. That guy needs the experience you have now, that guy's help, to get way further. And you actually get even further now. Because you've taken some time to learn. So teach your intuitive younger self how to continue driving forward to the life that they want. And if that's something that's scary to you, that's why I'm here, bro. That's why I make these freaking videos. I'm at 4 subscribers now. So there's 4 of you guys that resonate with what I'm saying. And I think that's sick. Even if it's just you four for the rest of my life, I'm talking to somebody that's going to have an impact on someone else's life, and that'll be a reverberating and cascading just feeling of love that just goes forever. Shit, this was a long one, but I had a lot to say today. And even if you four just see it, I'm glad you guys deserve to have some energy poured into you, because you intentfully look for things to help feed your mind, your emotions, and your soul, and use that shit to drive you forward every single day of the week. Or every week, every month, every year, any lifetime God presents to you, okay? And if that's something you don't get or understand, and you like my interpersonal dialoguing, and you want my lens on your life, hit me up on Instagram, dude. I do this for a lot of people. I do this for a lot of my friends, where I help them kind of unwind some of the interactions that they've had growing up, or interactions that they're currently having at work or in their relationships. I'm like, take a step back. There's more angles to this than there's just the one. Don't let your emotions take over. Your emotions are telling you something. Listen to it, and then ask the proper question so that both of you can come together, reconcile, and succeed. Peace.